E.N.D here, day 3 for the spoilers of Murders at Karlov Manor. How many of you wished that Wizard of the Coast crossed over the set with Sherlock Holmes? Murders at Karlov Manor is a Sherlock Holmes novel based on Ravnica. Anyway, let's start. And I want to start with a big one, really big one. The Pride of Hull Clade, 10 and 1 green, 2/15. Legendary creature, crocodile, elk, turtle. Yes, it's a crocodile, elk, and a turtle. It seems that Oko tried to transform this into an elk and failed. The spell cost X less to cast, where X is the total toughness of creatures you control, meaning that you can cast it for only 1 green. Defender, 2 and 2 blue until end of turn. Target creature you control gets +1/+0. Gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player. Draw cards equal to its toughness and can attack as though it didn't have Defender. Told you, really big. Vannifar Evolved Enigma, 2 1 green and 1 blue, 3/4. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose one. Cloak a card from your hand, or put a +1/+1 counter on each colorless creature you control. Vine Repair. We discussed this card yesterday. It's a big scary vampire assassin. This is the dossier card. Don't forget that foil dossier cards will have notes in Invisible Link by Alquist Proft, and you can see these notes only if you put the card at a certain angle with the light. Intrude on the Mind, 3 and 2 blue. Instant. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library and separate them into 2 piles. An opponent chooses one of those piles. Put that pile into your hand and the other into your graveyard. Create a 0/0 colorless top tier artifact creature token with flying. Then put a +1/+1 counter on it for each card put into your graveyard this way. That's a card that surely will see a lot of play. Unyielding Gatekeeper for 1 and 1 white, 3/2 disguise for 1 and 1 white. When it is turned face up, exile another target non-land permanent. If you controlled it, return it to the battlefield tapped. Otherwise, its controller create a 2/2 white and blue detective creature token. And if you don't know how to play disguise, I did a tutorial explaining this particular mechanic, how it works. Analyze the Pollen for 1 green, sorcery. As an additional cost to cast the spell, you may collect Evidence 8. Collecting Evidence 8 means exile cards with total mana value 8 or greater from your graveyard. Search your library for a basic land card. If evidence was collected, instead search your library for a creature or land card. Reveal that card, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Surely this will be one of the most valuable rare cards in this set. Connect the Dots for 1 and 1 red enchantment. Whenever a creature control attacks, exile the top card of your library face down. For 1 and 1 red, discard your hand, sacrifice it, put all cards exiled with it into their owner's hands. Drag the Canal for 1 blue and 1 black, instant. Create a 2/2 white and blue detective creature token. If a creature died this turn, you gain 2 life, surveil 2. Then investigate. And if you don't know how to play investigate, I did a tutorial explaining this particular mechanic, how it works. Private Eye for 1 1 white and 1 blue, 3/3. Other detectives you control get +1/+1. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, target detective can't be blocked this turn. Hedge Whisperer for 1 green, 0/3. You may choose not to untap it during your untap step. 3 and 1 green, tap. Collect Evidence 4. Target land you control becomes a 5/5 green plant boar creature with haste as long as it remains tapped. It's still a land. Activate only as a sorcery. Persuasive Interrogators, 4 and 2 black, 5/6. Enters the battlefield, investigate. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, target opponent gets 2 poison counters, and I'm sure that this card will be broken. Herod Dronesmith, 3 and 1 red, 2/3. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 colorless top tier artifact creature token with flying. It gains haste until end of turn. Sacrifice it at the beginning of your end step. Concealed Weapon for 1 and 1 red, artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +3/+0. Disguise for 2 and 1 red. When it stands face up, attach it to target creature you control. Equipped for 1 and 1 red. Forensic Researcher, 2 and 1 blue, 1/3. Tap. Untap another target permanent you control. Tap. Collect Evidence 3. Tap target creature you don't control. Goblin Mask Maker for 1 red, 1/2. Whenever it attacks, face down spells you cast this turn cost 1 less to cast. Granite Witness for 2, 1 white and 1 blue, 3/2. Flying Vigilance, Disguise for 2 hybrid mana, blue and white. When it is turned face up, you may tap or untap target creature. Jaded Analyst for 1 and 1 blue, 3/2. Defender. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, it loses Defender and gains Vigilance until end of turn. Macabre Reconstruction 3 and 1 black. The spell costs 2 less to cast if a creature card was put into your graveyard from anywhere this turn. Return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Museum Nightwatch 3 and 1 white, 3/2. When it dies, create a 2/2 white and blue detective creature token. Disguise for 1 and 1 white. Nervous Gardener for 1 and 1 green, 2/2. Disguise for 1 green. When it is turned face up, search your library for a land card with a basic land type, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Escape Tunnel. Land. Tap. Sacrifice it. Search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Tap. Sacrifice it. Target creature with power 2 or less can be blocked this turn. So that was the last card in this particular day 3 of the spoilers of Murders at Karlov Manor. Join me again tomorrow for more spoilers of this Sherlock Holmes pseudo set. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more and more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.